Bad Life Podcast! You're listening to the Bad Life Podcast, your number one guide on how to run a profitable band. Here are your hosts, Pete Stannard and Adam West, the Wizard of Rock!
So let's make our one of our so-called fans famous, shall we?
What, you mean our first troll? Is that what we're talking about? You tosser? Hey? You know you've made it.
I thought it was one of your friends.
Start getting no.
I got the friends. I don't know what the fuck it is.
No, yeah. I'm too busy for friends. My kids are on their summer holidays. I'm too busy for friends.
My friends are Postman Pat and the Teeny Tots at Tots TV.
Paw Patrol. The pups are my new best friends.
Yeah. They're the only ones who talk to me.
Exactly.
Instead of spamming you, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of trolling us on YouTube.
Oh, it's great. We had some comments. So I was reading on the bus. I went, "Oh, that's nice. I'm a tosser."
Yeah, you sent me that screenshot of it, and I was like, "Wow!" Because right there at the bottom, and I just thought it was a bit harsh, more than anything. I mean, we were only talking about the fact that Queen sold their back catalogue and the conspiracy that Paul McCartney might be dead. And it's like.
They all come out of the room and all right.
Yeah. It's not like we were out slapping kittens at the end of the day, was it? Oh, jeez. It seemed a bit harsh. And I was. Yeah, I mean, you replied before I had a chance to.
You should have replied anyway.
I should have. I was gonna, because the last thing you want to do is reply like a tosser, because you're just validating their comment. So I was gonna be like, as the podcast, we graciously accept any criticism you have. And I just want to thank you for engaging and really pushing us forward algorithmically. Yeah, something along those sorts of lines.
Help. Yeah.
And do you know what I did instead? I had a little look at this guy's profile.
It was a knob, no picture. No, he's got one video. One video. Get him on the show.
It's of him reciting a poem he wrote. Yeah. I didn't actually see the poem. Yeah. No, I didn't. I read the description because I didn't have time to hang around and watch poetry videos. But it was about paranormal activity and the witnesses of paranormal activity.
Okay.
So it's quite an interesting topic.
It's amazing how these algorithms work and how they attach I like your screenshot of like the Beatles in there and then you on the side, and then I was like, because you play with the thumbnails as well, weren't you? So I was like, that's pretty cool. And then the title, and people like, it flags up for anybody into conspiratorial stuff. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. And so obviously there's quite a bit of feedback. And I was like, it's a shame people don't like the music.
It's one of those things.
Your intro's really annoying. Yeah, good, but play it even more then. Pete, play it again. Go on, play it again.
We'll keep playing it over and over and over again. It's one of the... But it's such a bizarre comment as well, because... it's subjective at the end of the day. So,
Well, I suppose the plus side is, at least with people commenting, it pushes the video a little bit, and then people hopefully will gravitate towards so what are these guys really talking about? It's like, well, actually, what we talk about is music.
It's music, yeah. We tend to waffle on when we record these podcasts. I think one of the shortest ones we have is like 4 hours, which I then have to whittle down to an hour. But there's some good conversational stuff in there. It's just that we've kind of gone off topic a little bit, shall we say?
Yeah, just a little
Slightly.
bit.
Just a little bit.
But so it's weird how some of the conversation actually bleeds into some of what we're talking about. Because it
it's perfectly relevant. Yeah. Then it's like the Queen thing. Like someone commented about how they sold it for their heirs, like because they're getting on,
right,
and they sell it for their heirs. And I was like, actually, if you think about it, and this was what was bizarre, because that's what I kind of thought. It's like they're selling it so that they can make the money and then they can pass it on as such. But if you think about it, Sony bought it for like a billion quid. So Sony must think it's worth way more than $1 billion long term. Otherwise, why would they make the investment? So if you're thinking long term, surely it's better for you to hold on to it and leave the catalogue to your children rather than selling it and then giving the money to your children, which then comes under inheritance tax and all that other stuff, which I'm sure their accountants will find loopholes for. But for the interest of fairness, they should be paying their taxes.
Yes, well, see, yeah, it's not just about writing music, is it? It's a business.
It's
business model.
A bizarre thing either way that you look at it, because it's a bizarre sale if Queen are looking long term to give it to their heirs, as it were, or it's a bizarre purchase if it's not going to make long term money for Sony. Because it's a lot of money. £1 billion, oddly enough, it's a lot of money. So they must be thinking along the lines of, well, we're going to get at least 3 billion back long term. Otherwise, what's the point of the investment?
That's a valid point. I didn't really think about it like that, but they've obviously, as these guys get a bit older, they realise what they've actually got.
Yeah.
And it's not just a bunch of music they've sat and wrote while they were either high or drunk. It's like this is money. So like from a business standpoint, which is what we deal with, then you can obviously look at that and think, well, I have to invest a little bit, and what's the best way to do that? And they probably thought, yeah, okay. Yeah, it was interesting when I seen that, because I think it was either you or somebody else commented and said, well, it's not 1 million, it's 1 billion.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a huge amount more, isn't it? So
that's a lot of money. Yeah. Yeah. No, that was someone else. Someone else put they could understand if it was 1 million, but 1 billion seems a bit much. And I'm like, well, okay, but that's obviously what Sony values it at the end of the day. Someone's only ever going to buy something for what they think it's worth. So otherwise, you're not going to buy it. It's like trying to, if I was trying to sell my house for £1 million. People are going to go, it's not worth £1 million. No one's going to buy it. It's one of those things at the end of the day. If anyone wants to buy my house for £1 million, they're more than welcome to it.
Yes, I've got ill for that house. I want £1 million for it.
I want £1 million. I pay good money for it. I want a lot more, sort of thing. But it's one of those. Yeah, it's definitely one of those things. But I thought the whole tosser thing was a bit harsh, to be brutally honest with you.
Come on, in the metal world, mate, that's the most polite thing.
That is quite polite. Yeah,
I looked at it and I went, that's metal love right there, man.
Right there.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get some t-shirts printed. Got my own shop now, and be like,
all the negative comments we need to put on t-shirts and start selling them. But no,
I'm interested to the person who said that. Why are we?
Wait, what? This is what I didn't want to sort of pull on that thread.
Encourage it.
And that's why I looked at his profile, because he's got like no subscribers and like this weird poem on there, and I was like, okay, you're just out to troll people basically. So
jealous, mate. Jealous because of our good looks.
Want to. Yeah, it is my beauty that. And only on this side.
I like that side, Pete. I like that side. I'm used to that side. When I meet you, finally, right, I only want to. I just want to say. And you
constantly
go, hey,
profile.
I'll be like, who are you?
You're worse than the Phantom of the Opera.
I've never seen it one side of your face.
It's okay.
Pete, you're such a tosser, you are.
I know. Constantly tossing things.
I love it.
It's great. But I suppose like they say, if once you start getting negative stuff, it means you're doing something right. So it's all good.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, our YouTube troll. We appreciate every word that you put into that. Much love. I love the way he was like, because you replied, well, that's a first. And he put back, I bet it's not.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. All right then. I was tempted, but actually we're normally called wankers.
Which is the correct pronunciation, Paul.
So,
He's had his minute of fame. Perhaps he'll troll us on this video.
Maybe.
What don't you like about this?
We will see. Bad Life Podcast!